Hello and welcome to this new video from Clarity Media, in which we're going to look at how to solve a Hanjie puzzle, which you may also know as a nonogram. And as with all our solving videos, we will include a link in the description on YouTube. So if you'd like to try this puzzle after or before watching this video, then you can do so. Now, a Hanjie puzzle, if you've not come across it before, is a Japanese logic puzzle whereby you end up with a simple piece of grid art, which is normally black and white. There is color Hanjie as well, but this puzzle is a black and white Hanjie. And you can see an example of a completed grid here, which shows a butterfly. Now, the rules of Hanjie are quite simple. You have numbers around the edge of the grid before every row and column, and these numbers tell you how many squares are to be shaded in that row or column. You sometimes have more than one number, which may be separated by a comma in a row, or simply separate numbers vertically, and these tell you that you have to have a gap of at least one square between filled regions. So to use this 2, 2 as an example, it could be 2 here and 2 there. It could be 2 there and 2 there. It could be 2 here and 2 over there. So there's lots of different options. However, what it couldn't be is 2, 2 like this, because there's no gap between them. So that would actually have to be marked as a 4. So whenever you have your 2 placed, there must always be a gap of at least one square either side before the next 2. So this would be a valid combination. And if you're playing on a PC, then you simply left click for a filled square and right click for white, which we'll use to show that it contains no shading. And so this would be an example of a valid option. Now, to solve a Hanjie puzzle, you need to cross-reference. So some rows will give you more information than others at the start, likewise with columns, and you need to select the best place to get started. Now, this is an easy Hanjie puzzle, so if you've not played this puzzle type before, this is an ideal place to start. And there is one gimme clue. We have a 15 here, and you may have seen it's a 15 by 15 grid with these slightly thicker lines after every 5 to help your eye. And so if we've got 15 squares and 15 squares to colour, then we must mark like that. Now that then gives us column 1, because we only have 1 to place, so that's sorted. And likewise, column 15. Now that will help us solve this row here, 13. And we've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now, one of the rules that you'll use all the time when solving Hanjie is to try and whittle down the options. So you may not know the exact placement of a row or column, but you'll be able to see that no matter how the region is placed, there are always some squares that are coloured, or perhaps some that are blank. So if we look at this 11, then we'll see the leftmost option would be to colour in these 11 squares. So that takes us through to this square. And from this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I hope you can see that whichever option we use, we must always have this square through to this square filled. So we can mark that in now. And once again, that's because if we had this option, these 11, this option, these 11, or this option, these 11, then no matter which of those 3 options turns out to be correct, these 9 squares must always be shaded in. And we can repeat that logic here. If we have these 9, we come through to here, and if we have these 9, we come through to here. And we can repeat that again here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So although we don't know where at all the other 6 are, we know that whichever option in row 3, this square must always be shaded. Okay, now let's have a look at this column. So we have a 14. So we can do the same again here. We either come from here to here, or we go from here to here. So whichever way, these are all to be shaded in. And it's very useful now because we can make some real progress with these rows. This is 1. This is 1. This is 1. This is 1, 1, so we can mark either side. Likewise here. This 2 we can't make any progress on because it could go here or here, but we do know that one of those is to be shaded in. Now let's have a look at some of these column values. So with this 3, we don't know whether we're marking this square or this square, likewise here. But with this 5, well, if it were the extreme placement starting from the bottom here, then we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So whichever way we go, this square is shaded. Same applies here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can work out that all those squares must be shaded in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have our, oh no, we don't have our 3. This is 5, 3. So in fact, this must be a 5 because of course we couldn't have 5 and a 3 here. There's not enough space in 7 squares. So this must be the 5 and we have a 3 down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we can see we're making good progress here as well. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've now completed our 9 here. Okay, so where do we make progress next? Well, I've just noticed that this 1, 1, 1, 1, this should of course be marked as white, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ones that must all be spaced out with at least one gap in between. So let's see how we can do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's actually only one option, although it may have looked like there were a lot. So we can mark all of those in, and that's going to really help us make progress. We now have our 3 for this column. Our 3 must be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only one option. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 14 could still go either way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And look, this was 6, 2. So in fact, we must colour these 2 in to complete that column. 5 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 here. 3. So it clearly must be here. If any of these squares were marked, then we'd have more than one total in this column. And we have our 3 here as well. And finally, we can place this 1 because look, there's only one option. And that completes this. Now we have 3 here. Now we know they must be continuous squares because if it was this one and this one, for instance, remember we'd have 1, 1. So the only way we can do that is to shade in these 3. This is a 2, 2, 1, 2. That's the only way to do that. This was a 5, 2. This was a 5, 3. That gives us our 1, 1 here, our 1, 1 here, and we finished. Yes, that's correct. Okay, so that is how to solve a Hanjie logic puzzle. We hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. Do let us know in the comments if you like this video, if you'd like to see us solving more Hanjies or other types of logic puzzle. And please do like this video and subscribe to our channel if you found it useful, and then you'll get notified when we release more videos. Thanks for watching.